Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second session for today. We are getting in right away. So today the topic for this session is understanding tech frontiers and harnessing opportunities. So the world is like is so fast paced this time, and you have to understand, you have to get ahead, you have to stay in the game, and you have to understand how to harness all these opportunities coming to us. So without further ado, without long talk, we are having the delightful Tinuade Oguntuyi. I hope I pronounced that right. We are going to have her. She's a transformational IT specialist with more than 10 years of solid experience. So there is no other person better to take on this topic than her. So let's also welcome her to the stage. Welcome, Ma. Please type in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please type in the
Thank
chat.
you, Jennifer. Thank you, everybody from Tower. Thank you for putting this together. Career Fair 2023, indeed, I can say has been a success. Like I was sharing earlier, I took time to also join other speakers, and I can tell that anyone that have been following, taking notes, putting really your heart to this, we should watch out for you by next year because there is a lot that really going down here, and I'm so excited to be part of this. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
thank you for coming.
Okay, do I have the floor?
Yeah, you have the floor. The floor is all yours.
Okay, fantastic. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anywhere in the world that you're listening, watching us from today. My name is Tino Ade Oguntuyi. I'm a network engineer, and you can safely say I'm also a STEM advocate. I work as head of networks and solutions in Information Connectivity Solutions Limited here from Lagos, Nigeria. ICSL is a premium ISP, and we are saddled with ensuring that connectivity business is a business indeed that delivers for everyone. Aside from my career path in network engineering and now as head of networks, I enjoy to speak a lot, and so you shouldn't be worried seeing me here. And one of the things I use speaking to do is representation. Another thing I use it to do is to also show people that it is possible for girls, women to thrive in STEM, in technology. Today, we will be looking at understanding tech frontiers and harnessing the opportunities that abound. Next slide, please. Okay, so we'll be looking at these five subheadings under understanding tech frontiers and harnessing opportunities that abound in tech. Let me quickly tell us a story. 20 years ago, I wrote a project as a diploma student in University of Lagos. And I remember as at that time, I was using database management system as the programming language to write to write codes on where there is no doctor. If you hear me clearly, I said like 20 years ago, that's like 2 decades, right? And imagine if that opportunity, or I just had a sneak to look into what will be happening like 20 years ago. I possibly will also be a coder or a programmer. I'm not one, I no regret because I had indeed pursued this interest in connectivity, infrastructure, business with so much passion and seeing what it can do for us. Let me just give you example of some of the things that gives me joy. Like let me say 3/4 of financial institutions in Nigeria, I provide connectivity services for them. So that ATM that you're using in one neighboring state or very remote area, I can confidently say that I contribute to people being able to get liquid cash to go for their day-to-day activity. But what am I trying to say that I referred to 2 decades ago? The earlier we know what the future holds, the better we are able to participate in this.
Yeah.
I have this mantra I used to say that you cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture. You
Hmm.
need to picture a future, then you'll be able to feature in it. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
you will be able to take up everything that is coming right now, as that young girl just leaving school, as that young girl just starting work, or as that woman transitioning into tech. I tell you, there is a whole lot for you. Let me quickly debunk this, because many a times people feel that anytime they talk about technology or the brother mother name STEM, I have to know how to program. I have to know how to code. So that kind of limits them. But let me tell you that the people trailing right now and those that will trail in the future are those people that will be able to embrace all that technology can give them. And that is to say, even if you are an agricultural student, you are a business person, or a management staff, or even as far as an interior designer, or you look at yourself that, oh, all I do does not even have anything to do with this, I'm a biologist. The good news is technology is available for all. The earlier we begin to understand that it is limitless, the better we can participate. We have startups right now that bring people from completely different background that doesn't even have anything to do with tech. And I tell you sincerely, they are solving problems. If somebody had told us 10 years ago that we will sit in the comfort of our house and we will order a ride to take us anywhere, probably in the African setting, we would say, oh, God forbid, because
Yeah.
we are very, very conservative when it comes to exploring things. we
Yeah.
we are very careful. There is a lot of myths around practically everything. While the Elantra rights are even better. Imagine somebody had told my grandmom 10 years ago or 15 years ago that she will be seated and I will order for her vegetable soup. And she will say, no way. Do I know where they made it from? That, she will come with a lot of things. You don't know, maybe the dispatch company would have dropped something. But now we all do this and we do it so effortlessly. What am I trying to say? The possibilities are boundless. So that will wind us into the question I want to ask us, that is tech for me. You're seated right there watching and you're like, all these things they say, all these things they talk about, all these magics I see. I tell you, tech is for everyone. By the way, what is technology? Technology is just a set of tools or any tools that make your work simpler, easier, or better. It saves you time. Imagine you automate a system or an activity. You don't have to manually do it again. Have you thought of it? How do you think economies, especially African countries, have been able to survive at least a little with the brain drain that we have all around? Is because there are systems in place that can get some jobs at least done. Maybe not perfectly or not 100%, but they are there to make the work easy. There is no space that you are that you cannot work with technology. So let's just demystify that part or debunk that completely. That today I have a woman that is solving farmers' problem in very remote areas in Nigeria. And guess what? She is a finance or an economics student. But what has she done? She has partnered with somebody that can utilize technology to bring a solution. One thing I also have to call our attention to, and why everybody needs to embrace tech and participate, that diversity and inclusion is beyond just gender. Every time we talk about diversity and inclusion, people make it to center around just gender. It isn't just about gender, it is
Yeah.
more about backgrounds, things we know how to do. Imagine you want to solve farmers' problem and you're probably not lived in the village before, you don't even know how the mechanism or how they run things in that climb. Will a technology tool just come there and solve the problem? No. The answer is no. But when somebody has understanding of what the needs are, and thank God for our product managers, and we'll still come to that because they are also technologists. They give us solutions using technology tools. So imagine you want to solve problems for artisans. You've seen people develop app to bring in artisans to solve the needs of other citizens. I tell you, you don't have to limit yourself or think less of what you can do. Else you're doing yourself a disservice. I don't know that there are these platforms that they have co-founders. If you know that you really have problems you want to solve, of course, you need not be told that technology will help it. This video call we're doing now, people will watch right now. People will watch at a later time, even years to come, because technology had made it possible. It does not necessarily have to mean that the founder of Tower is a technologist, but the team had used technology to drive this mission and to bring this to life for everyone. I'm just trying to resubstantiate it that technology is for you. You don't need to necessarily code. In fact, it's so beautiful now that there are no codes, low codes, and code areas. And there are even those that you can do with limited coding. I do scripting in network engineering, but I might not do that at the extent of what a software developer would do. Like the people that built the YouTube, the StreamYard, the likes of the Facebook, and all of those collaboration tools we use. But the truth is, in my own domain, I do all that is required to make sure that you and I can communicate like this. I must also say, if you're joining in now, you're joining in via internet. And that is my job, to ensure that internet is available. Have you wondered how the internet worked anyway? Because I'm seated here, I'm connected online. You're seated in any other corner of the world and you're joining in here. How does my connectivity provider know how to reach out to the StreamYard tool, or how you will be able to join? It's because there are several and millions of computer systems that have been wired either through subsea cables, either via satellite, via microwave radios that you see on masts and all of that. And every computer talking to themselves, we can all talk. That is beauty
Wow.
of technology. And that is just one area. So imagine every other thing you can do. And we should all be aware of the reigning bride, the chat GPT, where you
Yeah.
can put down a thought and it can develop it. You can make a book, you can make articles, you can write posts, you can do essays. Come to think of anything, sometimes I will just sit and I just want to try how much this large language models can work. And I'll just put just very random things. And I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Let me quickly tell us this, and it's very funny. One day, I told a subordinate of mine to quickly get me the differences. We wanted to purchase a particular device, is a router, and I said, I want a router from this particular original equipment manufacturer. I need to know the models so that I'll be able to know which one works for this project we want to do. And my guy just said, yes, ma. And he left. And 5 minutes, he came back. He gave me. I was like, are you kidding me? Because if you need to go to the internet one after the other, it will take you maybe a day or probably half a day if you're very fast. And I said, oh, you have it. And he showed me the table. And I was just looking at it. Of course, I knew where the source was from. But, it was so amazing. So this
Yeah.
and more are things that we can do. And you can also be part of this train. Come on, let's jump on it. Okay, then the next slide. If you say that we should understand technology and the frontiers, if you say there are possibilities, what skills do I require to feature in this future you have told us about? I tell you, the first thing starts from your mind. You need to decide that you want to do this. Without winning that battle in the mind, you will get distracted by everything every other person says. So that mind skill is very important. I want to do this, I'm in for it. Then let's go. You need to know what area of technology you also want to play or participate in. And the beautiful thing I say, and I used to tell people, honestly, not to say I rejoice because a lot of people died during COVID and all of the like. But if there is anything at all that COVID had taught us, is that we can be more
Yeah.
online, honestly, because you can sit in the comfort of your home right now and learn on several learning management systems. You have a lot of them. You can sit and check through all the courses, programs, career paths in so many things. You want to go into cybersecurity, you already because cybersecurity is a broad domain. You want to do governance, GRC, they call it governance, risk, and compliance. You want to be an infosec person, you want to be a threat manager, you want to be a pen tester. You have all of it, and it will show you step by step things you need to arm yourself with. So, knowing how to use the internet is one of the other skills that is very important for you. Oh, come on, ladies. Let's go beyond just being consumers and users of technology. Step out from being just an idea. Be the one creating. Don't just be that person that, oh, iPhone, this is out. You just want to use it too. Oh, this app is there. You just want to. No. Begin to tell yourself, I want to do things people will also use.
Yeah.
And like I said, once you conquer that mindset skills, you jump into usage of internet because there is a lot that you can get from the internet. There is a lot. You can do courses, and I mean free courses. And by the time you have explored all of that, you can probably now move to the paid courses. What other skills do you require to participate in this future of technology that we are talking about? You need to know those people that have gone ahead. Why not discount that? There are sometimes you have things you want to do and nobody had done it before. Yes, we have people like that. But one way or the other, you have encouragers, mentors, coaches around you that at least have understanding of what that domain is about. How much more most of the things we want to learn now, you have people doing it. Where are you connecting? Are you just on Facebook for chit chatting? Are you just on Instagram to just post pictures? Are you just on Twitter to follow the news or the trend? Come on,
Yeah.
do beyond that. Utilize this gadget. You've got it. Use it to your own advantage. Go on the internet. There are several tools or LMS that exist. You have Udemy, you have LinkedIn itself. While I'll still come back to LinkedIn proper for networking, but you have LinkedIn Learning, you have Udemy, you have Coursera, You have Simply Learn, Skill Up by Simply Learn. I love that name they gave it, Skill Up, because you need to skill up to participate in the present and the future of technology. So you have several. You have Allison. I mean, there are several of them. You have Open Learning. You have EDX. Lot of mock, lot of LMS that you can utilize. Just do this. You know, nothing good comes easy, and that is the part I really like to emphasize for girls and women, especially in the space of technology. It's not enough to come and say, oh, there is gender inequality, there is no gender equity. What are you doing to make you outstanding? Your skills speak for you, and you have to get your hands dirty to get them. And I mean it when I'm saying this, because I work in a domain that is male dominated, and I know what it means. Since I started my career, at least based on offices or companies that I've worked with, the very first time I would have had an opportunity to also work with a woman at my level, she was the one going and they were employing me to replace her. Head of network had not been a woman in the company I work for right now. So we need to get our hands dirty. You what do you want to do? You want to go into telecommunications. You want you get your readings top notch. Do practicals. If you want to do telecommunications like network engineering, I'm doing, you want to do CCNA. But before you just jump on certifications, try and understand the basics. It will help and it will take you far. Many things crumble these days because people don't even know the fundamentals of what they are doing. They are just all out there for the money. That will not take you far. When I tell people, value attracts a lot of things: attention, money, fame, and recognitions, and all that. They flow in the direction of value. When you decide that, oh, I've gone through all this, there is product management, there is product design, there is cyber security, what area do I want to specialize, there is telecommunications, do I want to be a network engineer, do I want to be a radio access network engineer, do I want to be a fiber optics engineer, do I want to be a wireless engineer, or they said there is data sciences. Do I want to do data science? Do I want to be a data analyst? Do I want to be a business analyst? Do I want to be a project manager? Once you get your hand on what you want to do, start drilling yourself. So getting those skills online also helps. And beyond that, human interaction cannot be ruled out. You need people you can ask questions. And that is the super work that LinkedIn does for you. I tell anyone on this call, if you are not on LinkedIn, it's no form of peer pressure or anything. Even if you're not joining it for anything, join it so that you can. Let's say, for instance, you decide, oh, I want to be a network engineer. Oh, I want to be a data scientist. You can go on LinkedIn after setting up your account and check data scientist. Don't even go maybe for the job or anything first. Just look through, what do they do? Inquisitiveness is part of the skills you need to thrive in tech. You need to ask questions. You need to question the status quo. Okay, why do they do it like this? Why do they say data scientists need to know how to code? Why do data analysts not necessarily need to do this? Why do they need to use maybe Excel or all this Tableau and Power BI? And, you need to dig deep into them. I'm passionate about this because I have seen how this takes people. And I've seen how people that even do less get really known and all that just because they do those little things. It's those little things that makes the difference. In my own domain, we have something we call service level agreement. We call it SLA. And SLA means when you want to sell a product or you want to offer a service to a client, you agree with the client that this is the uptime that I will give you. So if, for instance, I'm giving you internet connectivity, then I tell you that, oh, you will have internet connectivity in a month 99%. There is a metric we used to say that 99% is different from 99.1%, and 99.1% is different from 99.15%. If you doubt me, you can do that calculation. Maybe you just multiply by 12 and you get what your value will be. So those little things, they matter. Please, if you are not taking anything away from this place, take the fact that you need to dig deep, get your hands dirty. Is a skill, and don't be ashamed to ask questions, which is part of inquisitiveness, right? Don't be ashamed, because at the end of the day, if I want to learn something and a younger person is the one that knows it, I don't mind. I'll speak the language. Hey Pali, do you want to show me this? What's up here? Why are they doing? If I need to form my English, I will form it, right? Don't be ashamed to say you don't know something. Those are the ways that, not that everybody is talking about, because everybody is contributing and I'm the only one not contributing. They might think I'm a no, no. It's safe, it's fine. Because today, when you groom yourself, tomorrow you now become the champion everybody is celebrating. So one of the other skills that you need is emotional intelligence. When it comes to, I used to say that collaboration is a secret source for advancement, but you need to be emotionally intelligent to really see people, industries, or organizations to collaborate with. Reason is that there is a level of expectation everyone has when they come to tech. Oh, when I come to tech, after all, there are a lot of women that want other women to come in. There are a lot of men that want other girls. And you think, oh, once you ask questions, that you need to also factor that these women or these people involved also have a life, business, and all of that to do. So sometimes they can be busy. Don't just say, oh, this person is too proud and is not answering me, or something happens and you just blow it over. You know what? I'm not even doing it again. No, 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 no. If there is anything you need to thrive, then you should be looking at being perseverant, right? You'll be
Yeah.
looking at being stable within too. So that when, because the journey into any domain, and particularly tech, is that is having a lot of ups and downs. So you want to really pursue career in tech, you're in tech and you're entry level, or you are even mid level, you're just trying to, you really need a lot of it. uh People perceive women especially as oh, maybe they're weaker, is not they're not cut out for this and all that. So how you also carry yourself goes a long way. I don't know ABCD today, but does not mean I won't know it tomorrow. So somebody asks you, do you know this? I don't know it yet. Then go back to the drawing board and start your research to participate in all the opportunities that tech has. You need to be that person that stays in the news and also take joy in researching things. Oh, today they said, oh, for biotechnologies, they are doing cell grafting, and you are a biologist. You already, that's a pointer that there is an aspect of your work that technology can solve. Just try and read it up. I'm not saying you necessarily have to be the one that will code it, right? But when you understand it, you can bring and marry both words together. And then you'll be able to tell, oh, at this point is when I need someone that really understands technology proper. And you bring that person in. Do you think all the people that write codes and all that have understanding of everything that happens around the world? No. They bring what we call subject matter experts. And you can be that subject matter expert. But how would they see you when you don't even show that you also want to be part of this? If there's a better way to say that, you understand, you want to get noticed for something, you won't go and cover your head and cover and do like a masquerade. And do you understand? So you also have to be out there. I'm not saying you should launch out when you are not prepared. Don't join all these social media things that fake it till you make it. No, I don't believe that, because you won't be able to even get the right connections or the right utility that you need Since you are still faking it, everybody will look at you. So we used to tease a friend of ours that the way you dress, sometimes the person that should help you will be begging you for money. Meanwhile, you are the one that truly needs there, but you are so overdressed, and the person that is supposed to even bless you with money is already looking at you to collect money from you. So I'm not saying we shouldn't carry ourselves. We need all of the confidence. We need that charisma. We need, but when it comes to learning, please don't fake it. Whatever level you are, identify it. And that's why I like one of the things that our mentor told us then about gaps analysis. Where am I? Where do I want to be? How will I get there? And when am I setting for myself to be there? If today I'm an entrant in technology, or I want to just embrace technology, what am I aiming? You might not even have the full picture, right? Because it's a domain you're trying to. But because you have that hunger in you, you'll be able to say that, okay, I want to do something that will help this particular problem. And thank God for SDGs. And I just have to say it here because I also advocate for SDG 5, 8, and 10. And you can look through that 17 agenda and see how you can participate or use technology to solve some of those problems. Some are for very rural areas. Do you know some people are trying to solve issues in rural communities? Like one of the things that we do in my workplace, some people don't still have 2G till date, so we'll do rural telephony for them. So you can identify a need. It might even be for climate change. Just look for something that interests you. You can bring technology, marry it, and but if you are not asking questions, if you're not trying to join hands or collaborate with people, if you're not researching or trying to read, nothing will just fall on your table, on your laps. You too, you have to go out and get it. So inquisitiveness, the intelligence, the mindset skill, all of these are very, very important. So if now I understand very well what the tech frontiers are, the artificial intelligence world, the cloud computing world, the data sciences or domain, the telecoms world, quantum computing, 3D printing, and all of this. How do I leverage tech opportunities? And it's part of all I've been saying. And I will tell us very simple things. Let's take it to domestic use before you even begin to take it to your career or job. As of today, you have tools that measures impulse, your steps, and all that. What do you think those applications are doing for you? You don't want to be taking a walk and all you're doing is maybe manually counting or probably just using a stopwatch to check. But now you have tools that have embedded stopwatch, impulse reading, number of steps you take, how many you took yesterday, how what your average is, how many you need to catch up, maybe based on the goals you have set. Do you understand? So you already have things like that. That is already a tool for us ladies. You have the ones that probably help you to measure complete menstrual cycle, and they'll be able to tell, oh, this is the ovulation period, this is the safe time, this is the unsafe time, and all of that. That is just simple usage. So if for um, primary things like that are very let me say very special to us, like that can be taken care of by technology tools. Now imagine trying to solve global issues, global problems. But one of the things I need to emphasize, especially because I use that menstrual cycle tool app as an example, ladies, women, technology needs you not just as a user. Technology needs the experience, the experiences you go through to tailor things. So your voice needs to be there. Please leverage it to make those changes. I said because I use that menstrual cycle as an example, I will tell a very quick one here. There is a particular vendor, they manufacture phones. I mean, they are very popular. You all know them. people even sometimes go the extreme length to get those phones. When they wanted to do a tool that will be able to catch metrics of every part of the body, organs, and all that, do you know that the minimum viable product on this design they did, they missed out menstrual cycle? Have you wondered, or can you just imagine why that is possible? Do you think there will be, excuse me, there will be any woman in that design team and the woman will forget to mention about menstrual cycle? So I scream it to you again. Technology needs you. Please, you need to participate. You need to lend your voice. You need to go beyond just being an idea to creating, to solving problems, not just always being being the one to rescue. Just like the way they stereotyped us to believe, then there is always a prince charming coming to save the princess. Now the princess can go out and save the world. You need to embrace it fully. There is a lot that we can do, as little as even things that happen in our homes. Right now you can set your food agenda, like for the week, how to make them better for you, how to preserve. And technology has so many things that you can use in those areas, how to make your work easier. You have virtual assistants, Microsoft has one, Google has. You can use all of those and they make your life easy. So if those little things are there, then you want to run a business by the side. You use tools. That's why I tell people we underestimate the benefit of most of the tools that are out there that we have. Even WhatsApp. Do you know a lot that you can do on it? And the beauty is this, and that is what I used to tell people. Technology is so beautiful that if you have an idea to build A to Z, you don't necessarily have to know what Z will entail or embody. You can just start it from A. And as you're doing A, you go to B. You take lessons from A and add on to B. And that is the pretty thing about agile methodology. Then we do traditional project management, but now agile came and said you don't have to wait 1 year to complete a project. You can do it in bits, 2 to 4 weeks. You can have people and build in bits, like we say bite by bite. You can build it. If you all remember, and I just want to quickly take us to memory lane now, and we'll use WhatsApp because I know WhatsApp is very popular. Do you remember there was a time that you cannot have more than a number of people on a conferencing call on WhatsApp? Can you also remember there was a time that the maximum number of people you can have probably is 250? There was a time you probably don't have channels on WhatsApp. And there was a time that you cannot do audio status. And there was also a time you could not do video notes like we have now. I mean, but was WhatsApp not still usable? Those your ideas, though they are raw, but they are valuable. And now is the time. I jokingly tell my husband that now that technology thrives and all that, I don't want to be left out in everything I can gain personally for my family and what I can contribute to the world. There are several means to leverage technology for every of the tiniest idea. And there's no idea that is actually tiny, but I'm just saying it because there are some things that will come to our mind and we just feel, oh, it's not something people will not embrace it. It's not really big. I want to really hammer. I want to go out. No, please leverage technology. Like I listened to one of the speakers and she said something that she went to interior designer's office, or maybe she got a job or something, and the first day she just posted a picture of herself with some of them and say, I'm now into interior decoration. And that singular post that she did on the particular platform earned her two clients, one personal client and a commercial client. What am I saying? There is an idea running in your mind. There is this other friend, there is this other colleague, there is this other family member that you know also is inclined to this. Please come together, talk about it. Go do your research, check what I started off this session by saying 2 decades ago, I didn't even know what will still become of us as at today. But as at that time, I thought of a program that will be able to attend to female patients where there is no doctor. And what did I do? I had always wanted to study medicine, by the way, but I did not pursue this after a while. But because of that, I'm saying this because it's very relatable and it's practical, right? I went to my uncle's hospital then in Ojota, and I also went to one of my mom's friend's hospital. And I got information about inpatients, outpatients, the procedure, what they asked them, how they prescribe. And those were the information that I use. I got from them, okay, what are the symptoms? If somebody has headache and does not have stomach ache, is it possible that this is the problem? And when they told me everything, those were the things I refined and put on that database management system program as at then. Have you seen a problem around you and you want to solve? Come on, leverage technology. Just you might not have it completely, like I said, it's fine. Is it in the area you live? You just notice that, oh, a lot of people, you can come up with an idea, and with technology you drive it. Is it in your workplace? There's too much of manual work and is leading to problems. You can look for automation tools. For instance, I know like Microsoft, they have Power Automate that you can use to just tidy up some forms so that people don't go repeatedly doing the same error. And don't wait till you get the paid or the licensed tools. There are a lot of open source tools. But like I said, you need to dig deep. You need to search for them. You need to search for them. Are you that lady, woman in you emphasize that, oh, technology is something that will make my life better, but I don't know how? Please start from somewhere. All the information you need, you can find them online. You can when you and please, I always tell people, like, programs like this help us because when you hear experiences of others, you'll be able to charge yourself to go and do something. Don't discount conferences, seminars, summits, especially those that talk to your area of interest. Just recently, a school in Nigeria got a grant for artificial intelligence for agriculturalists, and that is a brilliant one. Do you know how the insecurity at the moment is already causing food shortage? You can use technology. That there are greenhouses, there are a lot of things that you can leverage that will help solve just the simple skills. We have seen people that, oh, is why was June made? You even see people now use it in parties. So that photographer that wants to capture the moment, you can go learn about drone and take your pictures at a very vintage view that is of quality. You know, You have a lot. It's so much. You see people now do menu at parties. They have already sent out, oh, are you, it's not the regular one. Just say, are you a vegetarian? They even ask as far as what's the blood group and all that, so that the table, they can detail what menu fits, so that you don't come and you just walk out of the party without having a taste of something. So they tailor all of this. Is technology. You want to help people to fill forms, you tell them, okay, Google form, get all the details, and you can get as many, I mean as many, and you sit back and do your work. The other day I was just fooling around ChatGPT, and I dropped a topic, and I said, ChatGPT, write me a VBA code, a Visual Basic code on this subject. And it brought the codes out, and I, slammed it on PowerPoint. And voila, I had my slides. I mean, there is a lot, and I'm even trying to talk about the very simple things. And these simple things, guess what? They are those things that distinguish us. I remember a story of an airport agent guy that I listened to then. He was working in a very big airport, and every time people will fill forms and all that. And one day he just thought of it. And there are ways we can just do these things differently. And he employed a particular tool. And before you know it, someone that was just a security agent, because he was able to use that tool to solve that problem, he became like the head of the unit. Because, like I said, value attracts a lot: money, promotions, fame, recognitions, and you can rub it off on others. So quickly, I'm looking at my time now. I say, what are the tips we need to try? So the order of this is just such that as I'm talking, I'm already also pinpointing in things that are there. Please do not close your eyes. You cannot want to walk at a particular pace and be dumb to everything, or be blind to everything. I'm not saying jump on everything. No. While I'm not discounting that we can also be a generalist, because we wear several caps, we have a lot that comes out of us. We can be multi-potentialite, right? But I mean, one of the tips that you need to try, don't work alone. Collaboration, like I said, is a secret sauce. Look for people that are doing what interests you. And those, you can probably not just find them around or maybe on your street, and sometimes you find them really close. So it's just like the way they used to say, where there is sweet thing or sugar, ants will go there, right? When you begin to speak some of these things to the future, people begin to know. So when, okay, let me give a very quick one. When I was to write my project that I said I wrote in my diploma days, when they gave all the topics we will write on, I didn't see it first. My friends saw it and they said, Tinu will pick medical diagnosis. Why did they say that? Because over time they've heard me talk about things like that or in that line. So if you want to launch out now, or you want to do something, you talk about it. I would really like to solve this problem. You say it the first time to someone. Before you know it, somebody somewhere will know someone and say, oh, the other day, Tina, they mentioned she wanted to do this. So you can't keep quiet in technology and say you want to try. Don't say, oh, I don't want somebody to copy me. Copying is allowed, honestly. And that's just the truth. You can check with everybody. If copying is not allowed, why did Meta do thread? So don't be deceived with that. It's allowed. Of course, I'm not saying you should just jump out and talk about everything you want to do. There might be some you just want to keep, so that at least when it fully comes, everybody says it. But you have to discuss it. You have to talk it. You also have to picture it. Okay, if this is what I want to solve, and don't forget the gaps I talk about. Identify your strength. Please, you know you don't like numbers. Don't go into a field of tech that will require you to crack your brains on numbers and you don't get frustrated. You're good with market research. You're good with trying to bring things to get done. Then you want to say, oh, this is how a product can come and this is how we can sell it, this is how we can meet the needs of people. You can do product management. Oh, I love when things are just very coordinated. If we want to do something, we say we want to do it 10 days, let's meet up with that 10 days, or we do it even earlier than then. You can go to project management. Oh, I'm just fascinated about how I can sit here in Nigeria and I'm talking to somebody that is in Europe. You can do network engineering, you can do telecoms. Oh, I'm so thrilled about how to make sure hackers don't disturb our lives again. You can do cybersecurity. But all of this takes you to identifying. In programming, then we used to say that you can't solve a problem without identification. Knowing what you want to do also helps you to align yourself. So tips to try, don't just follow the bandwagon. Oh, everybody is in technology, because you hear people say that, oh, everybody is in technology and you want to go into tech. No, please know what you want to solve, and they can be multiple. And oh, I'm not in technology, my head cannot carry it, but I have experience in this and I want technology. That the woman that is doing the cancer oncology or something, I can't remember the name of that app. She is a doctor, but today they are solving problems using a tool to detect cancer at the early stage. I don't know, I'm trying to bring it as it really is, so that we understand this and don't let anybody bamboozle you about that big word, like the buzzword, oh, technology, IT, everybody, and you get scared and like, oh, I don't know. No. You can do it. If people that don't have, that don't even have any coding experience or programming, or they didn't even do computer science in school, how much more? Come on, is opportunity to do it. I'll rest it here. If you have any question, I'm being called to say that time is going. Thank you for listening. If there's any question, I'll be so glad to answer them.
Okay. I think we can just take just one question because of our time. So I should read this question here from Chimezie Priscilla. So she said, what's the best way to identify people with like minds to collaborate with?
Okay,
Wow.
that's fantastic, Chibeze. There is a site you can go to. It's called Co-Founders. Just go
Okay.
on that Co-Founders. You will see people of interest, like interest. You can just reach out to people there. Like I also said, you can go to LinkedIn and just you can make a post. Oh, I would like to connect with people that have this area of interest. I'm telling you, you will see people, and like I said, you also have to search. What is research? When you search, you go again to search. Today, if you make a post, also look for people in that area. Try to reach out to some of them and check that co-founder. You will see a lot of people from different parts of the world that need people that have similar interest or problem they want to solve.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much for this amazing session. You challenged us. Like I was really challenged to stop being a consumer and like contribute. Like it was so amazing. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for pouring out so much insight. We are so grateful. Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming.
thank you for having me. Well done, Howard. Thank you for Career Fair 2023. It's amazing, and I'm glad to be part of it once again.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Sign
Thank
out.
you. So much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Come to the end of this session. There is another session coming up, and believe me, you don't want to miss that. So sit and wait just for a few seconds. The next speaker is coming. You don't want to miss that session. Trust me. I remain Jennifer Zubulu, and I am honored to be your moderator for this session. See you in the next session. Don't go anywhere.